During the discussion on Myanmar, ASEAN ministers urgently call on all parties in Myanmar, in particular the SAC, to cease hostilities and violence, observe and respect ceasefires, as well as ensure unimpeded humanitarian access. This is in line with the decision of the 46th summit in May. The ministers continue to express support for the efforts of the Special Envoy for ASEAN Chair on Myanmar, Tan Sri Osman Hashim, in facilitating a peaceful resolution to the crisis. We also emphasize the importance of continuity in ASEAN approach to address the crisis. Malaysia expressed concern that the implementation of 5-point consensus on the ground is still lacking. We call on stakeholders to undertake concrete action in this regard. Out of the 5 points, 3 points fall on the stakeholders to implement. They are cessation of hostilities and violence. Number 2, inclusive dialogue involving all parties concerned. And number 3, humanitarian assistance to the people of Myanmar. The rest, the other 2, is on our part. That is appointment of the special envoy. And the last one is the assistance by all parties and the Secretary General assistance on this situation in Myanmar. Malaysia has consistently called on the SAC as the de facto party in power to show leadership and sincerity in committing towards peace and create a conducive environment for inclusive political dialogue. On the planned elections, Malaysia's position remains clear and consistent. I have said before that peace is their priority. This means pursuing inclusive dialogue. I have also said before the election must be inclusive, free, fair, and transparent. They said they want to have an election. They can have election if it is inclusive and fair to everybody. But if it's a partial election, I don't think that is a good idea to have an election, early election this year. During the AMM retreat, I stressed to the Myanmar delegation that elections have to be inclusive. Everybody, all political parties, all stakeholders have to be able to participate. There is no point in having an election if it is not inclusive. I also stated that peace and cessation of hostilities must be a priority before elections. Any election held without prior inclusive dialogue and political agreement with all Myanmar stakeholders are likely to worsen the conflict and will not be seen as credible or legitimate. After concluding the 58th AMM and series of meetings with ASEAN dialogue partners, I co-chaired the 4th Ministerial Conference on Cooperation among East ASEAN countries, or CIPAD, for Palestinian development, together with my counterparts, Excellency Takashi Iwaya, the Minister of Foreign Affairs of Japan, and Excellencies Dr. Istafan Salame, the Minister of Planning and International Cooperation of Palestine, who attended the conference as a special guest. We reaffirmed our strong support for Palestinians' right to self-determination amid the dire humanitarian and human rights situation in the occupied Palestinian territory, particularly Gaza, with the adoption of Kuala Lumpur Action Plan 2025. Through the Kuala Lumpur Action Plan, collective regional assistance will be galvanized to urgently address Palestinians' needs. The action plan will guide members of the CIPAD to assisting Palestine in areas among others, humanitarian aid, reconstruction, and state building through capacity building and technical cooperation. I reaffirm Malaysia's long-standing principled position on Palestine rights to self-determination through the swift establishment of the sovereign state of Palestine, based on pre-1967 borders with East Jerusalem as its capital. I call upon the remaining 46 states that have yet to recognize the state of Palestine to do so without any preconditions and to support Palestinians' admission as a full member of the United Nations without any further delay. Malaysia is committed to assist Palestine through targeted assistance, focusing on humanitarian aid, reconstruction and state building as well as youth development. Malaysia's technical assistance and capacity building for Palestine will primarily be undertaken through the Malaysian Technical Cooperation Programme, or MTCP. At the meeting just now, I announced Malaysia's contribution of another $1 million to be channeled to UNRWA and to the Palestinian Red Crescent. This is in addition to the USD 16 million that have been already channeled to the Palestinian people since September 2023.